So the beginning of the season, it was like very horrible weather. Like it was cold all the time, but pretty typical for like coming from indoor to outdoor. So it wasn't that much of a big change that we had to make. We had to be used to it like all 4 years of college. So it was kind of something we were expecting. But at the same time, like I think we're very lucky to have the weather that we've been having, especially on the weekends, because I don't think it's rained at a track meet all season, which is very shocking considering the fact that it always rains and it's always horrible weather. So I think just because of that, everyone's just been doing outstanding in terms of result-wise, been pushing themselves like way past their limits, way past their goals, and really having breakout seasons. There's definitely a lot of hype coming from a big championship like that, 5th one in a row. But I think we're used to it, which is, we don't want to brag, but I think at this point, like, we have the mentality of just keep working hard and keep striving to be your best. So we always have that. We always set the bar super high for ourselves. So we're always challenging each other, and especially in practice and all different types of things. So I think we're just really good at supporting each other and trying to keep that high energy constantly. This year, I feel like the team is like a lot closer than it's been, especially with the help of Allie Tobin and Emily Knox, the other captains. It's just been kind of a whirlwind, and everyone like just comes together really well. And I think that's something that you don't find often in a lot of teams, is as opposed to other teams where maybe they are a little bit more closer because they are constantly practicing together. With all the different events that we have to do, we're so separated all the time, but when it's really time for us to come together, I think that's one of our biggest strengths and why we keep on winning. So Coach Bone and Coach Wertz, all the coaches, they really instill a lot of high pressure for us, and so we're used to having targets on our backs by all the other teams in our conference. And so something that I think really helps us is just like every day at practice, just keeping that high volume and high pressure, and really working with each other and pushing each other to do the best we can do. And I think that at the end of the day, we're used to having all this pressure, and I think that's the difference between us and other teams, is that we can perform at such a high level with a lot of pressure on our backs, and I think it really, really makes us stand out.
I'd say the weather was kind of tough this season, but I mean, starting from when we transitioned to outdoor from, I don't know, around beginning of March, we were all in gear, all ready to go. We had to sometimes bring practice inside, but that didn't really make a difference for us. We were still all in, no quit, going after it. This past week has been great. I mean, the week before, our Skyhawk invite meet was excellent weather. We're able to just get some great marks out there for once. Competing in the cold's kind of tough. You have to wear extra layers and all that, but it's definitely, you definitely get used to it, especially living in this New England, this weather where it's really unpredictable. But it's been tough, but this great week of weather that we've had so far, it's really prepped us and get us ready for this huge meet, huge conference meet that we got coming up. It's been a great season so far. I mean, for me individually, I've been really close to that provisional qualifying mark in the hammer throw. I mean, yeah, I broke the school record a couple times this year, but I keep inching forward and just striving to get better every single day. I'm only, I'd say, 10 centimeters off the actual mark, so it's frustrating when I go out there and I'm coming so close every single meet, but I know that with my work ethic that I put into this season, starting with indoor, I mean, all the way back in September when we first got here, I know that this weekend's the weekend to do it. With everyone around us, the team, it's a great environment, and I guess my main goal is to make nationals, go and see what we can do at the national level, because there's some great athletes out there, and I'd love to compete against them. With conference, it's an all-in mentality. This weekend is just completely different than all the other ones. I mean, we tried to set this high level of competition, like this intensity within our team, starting with the Holy Cross meet. The coaches really got on top of us and were like, you have to treat this meet as if it's the meet. This is like a pre-conference meet. And we went through that meet, had some great performances there, moved on to the Skyhawk Invite, where it was a great time. Everyone, huge marks all around, all across the board. But yeah, no, now we're ready. We're pumped. Everyone is just firing on all cylinders, just ready to go. I know we're gonna have our team meeting tonight and just kind of get just a little pump up going, see who's ready to just have some breakout days. Yeah, no, the coaches really just get us motivated for this meet. They place such an emphasis on performing at this high level. So I know Coach Hart, Coach Bowen, Coach Schwartz, Coach Carl, that everyone just really wants us to, perform, and we're ready to do so. Looking back to indoors, our indoor conference meet was awesome. It was so lively. I mean, being inside a small stadium like that, everyone's at every single event watching. It's great. So we're gonna bring that same intensity that we had at that meet to the outdoor meet, and it being our last time, and especially for me as like a senior, to actually compete with the whole entire team, all the guys. We're fired up. I don't know how else to put it. It's tough. It's gonna be a tough time getting out there and just like getting in that circle for the last time with all the guys around us, just firing us up or getting on the track. No, but we love it. We love the intensity. We've really come strong together this season as a men's team. Yeah, we're seeded third. It's not. I don't know. It's not what we want. We want first, obviously, but we have high expectations for ourselves. It's second or nothing, really. Like we'll be very disappointed if we're not second. We lost a heartbreaker last year on our home turf over here by 1.5 points. Indoors, we made up for that and had a great conference meet. But a lot of these two teams above us, AIC and Southern, they've got some holes, and we're going to capitalize on it. Like I know for a fact that they're scoring 0 points. They're slated for 0 in the throws. So that's huge for us. Get some guys that are going to step up. I mean, myself included, but X has a chance to win the shot put. Darren's been making moves in both the hammer and the shot put, which he did last weekend. Alex Buchan, he's looking great. Had a huge week at Holy Cross and in the javelin. He should knock into that scoring range. All across the board, though. 200-meter guys, Justin and Joe, they're slated for a ton of points, and we're dependent upon them. Even in the 800, some of those guys are just absolutely killing it. Like I know Chris Lanahan, the freshman, had a great meet over at Skyhawk last week. But we're just going to depend on our studs to do what we ask of them. You're seeded for 2, 1, 3, wherever you're seeded, just at least do that, or at least push to the next spot. Those guys in the unseeded heats, they can make some huge moves. But yeah, we need every point we can get, but I know that we're going to come together and the support through our team, we're just going to be loud, fired up, and ready to go.